My name is Brittany Spano. I'm 19 years old, and in 10 years, like, I think about the future and I plan ahead, but I hate going, oh yeah, in 10 years I could see myself doing this, because the problem is writing, I will always want to be a screenwriter. I will always want to write something that's brought to life on the screen, but I don't know how comfortable I am with directing, and I like doing it, but I don't know if it's something I want to do for a complete living. I don't know if I'm more interested in doing writing and doing also things like sound mixing and editing, because I'm also very interested in post. It's weird. It's so weird. I've thought about it so many times, but there are just no female directors that I'm crazy about, and that's a shame. That is a horrible shame. Because when I think about myself, I don't think about my gender. I don't think it'll be any different. I don't go, oh, I'm gonna be a really good woman in film. I just go, I'm just gonna be a really good writer in film. But then when you sit down and analyze it, you're like, why is everyone I like a guy? Why is everyone a man? Why does that matter? That's weird. And I've definitely wanted to change that. I've actually, daydreamed about becoming successful and having someone ask me a question like, oh, was that difficult for you to be a woman? I'll be like, no, it isn't. It's just no women go for it. That's what I try to convince myself. Maybe there's just no women going for it the same way they are, which is of course not true, but I don't know why it's like that. It's just the gender. It's just the parts down below and the parts up here. The minds can be just as brilliant or just as stupid. It's sad that I can only name a handful of female directors. And the biggest female director everyone seems to know is Sofia Coppola. And I hate her. I think she's boring, stale, tries too hard, and uses all of her daddy's money. I think the only reason that anyone accepts her films and takes them is her dad's name. And I think if she wasn't a Coppola, she would not be nearly as successful. Without a doubt. I actually considered, first starting out, and this is so sad, having a pen name. Not even a pen name, just using B. Spano, so no one would know if it was male or female, unless they met me, and of course that's different. But when they're going through a screenplay at first, they don't know your first name, they don't know anything about you until they call you in when they decide if they like it or not. And that's so silly that I've considered that, because if I was a guy, I wouldn't. I have no problem. I just don't see gender. It doesn't make any sense to me to be like, well, this person can do this because they're a guy, and this person can do this because they're a girl. I think anyone can do anything if they have the right mix of talent, discipline, or whatever it takes to do what they're doing. And I don't know where that came from. Because I did have a very big male void in my life growing up. But I was raised by a very strong woman who has done a lot of things without whining or crying about it, but doing it because she knew she had to. I tried to not let things bother me. That's one thing I learned from the start, from going through a shit family situation. I shouldn't let it bother me, because it shouldn't hamper anything I do. I should take it, I should have my very strong opinion about it, and then move on, and better myself because of it. And I don't like letting things stop me from doing anything. Especially society, and all that bullshit. And media. Though I want a job in media, I think a lot of it is just dumb. How there's so much heavy emphasis on male dominance and female skinniness. It's bullshit. Why even bother worrying about it? Because no matter how much you talk about it, no one's going to change it, because that's what they want. Which again, yes, is stupid that someone can decide all of that, but if you know that it's not going to change anytime soon, or you know that the general population is agreeing with it, don't let it affect you. It's not going to dictate everything you do. You can break the pattern. You can break through. There's statistics, but they're never 100%. There's always that little bit that no one considers themselves a part of. Well, I consider myself a part of it. I won't let anything stop me.